Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Critical Review. I'm your host, Kenneth Cattegat. With me today is the very special Justin Firewolf.
Hello.
We will be going over episode 88, what I'm calling Avoid the Kraken. Or Krakk, sorry, Avoid the Krakk. How are you doing today, Justin?
Pretty good. It was a different kind of episode than I think they were expecting to have happen today.
Yeah?
Well, seeing as it's very rare for someone to roll 2 critical fumbles in a row,
That's very true.
and it being the new person in the party,
It fits Tyrion so well, though.
It does. I was expecting Keyleth, though.
That's usually when it's political, is when she'll fumble like crazy.
I was expecting her to be that or Trinket. I think if Trinket did it, you just would have heard in the background Scanlan going, "I told you so."
Well, this episode starts off with them actually pre-gaming and planning. They know they're going to be underwater, and that's not something they're used to. And so they actually took a day to get used to it and figure out what's going to work, what's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
Lo and behold, all they had to do was ask the damn water Ashari how they do it, and they would have had the goggles and vocal thing like right off the bat instead of them trying to figure out all these different roundabout ways of casting spells underwater.
Well, at the same time, it kind of, they might not have them. If they didn't have them, like if they got into another battle, it was interesting to see how they would have planned it if they were just like, if when they went to go after Ripley and they sunk or something, like they fell into the water and that battle would have happened in the water, what they would have thought of at that point, without having, experts to tell them what to do.
I would say of all their planning sessions, this was probably one of their best.
It was short, it was sweet, and for the most part it worked. For the most part.
I mean, Percy never used his little gun tool.
One trick pony.
His one-trick pony. I feel bad, he felt so useless.
At the same time, bullets don't do very well underwater.
Well, if you can still shoot an arrow at its minimum distance.
That's true. It bothers me. Physics.
You remember the old lady's name? I keep forgetting.
No, I don't remember.
She was cracking me up with the old person always falling asleep bit.
Yeah, well, that's just Matt and his the characters he makes. They make them very, very memorable.
And memorable, yes.
Like, I think that's his goal now, is to make at least one character memorable for every place they go to.
That's a good goal to have.
It's not an easy goal to accomplish either.
No. But, with his resume, I'm sure it's not too hard.
Very true.
I think he said in past, he just thinks of what haven't I done yet,
Mm-hmm.
and basically creates characters, hoping they'd run into them.
Yeah, there's still a couple that I'm waiting for.
I would love, I don't know if you've ever watched, like Home Improvement or shows like that.
Yes.
For Victor to be like that shopkeeper that's everywhere they go. No, that's my brother. That's my cousin.
Yeah.
Or like Nurse Jenny and
Nurse
Joy and Officer Jenny
yes.
from Pokemon. That would be so hilarious.
No, I'm
if like each character had their own Victor.
I'm waiting for the, like a more of a crazy out there kind of like conspiracy person who they meet and sends them on wild tangents that they come back to going, that was not what it was. Why did you say it was this? It wasn't that. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, then there's this thing. I mean, I'm
the
sure
Satyr guy was kind of like
he's
that.
Kind of, but it wasn't. It was more of a. Yeah, this. I'm saying a full out, like just someone who that is them. Just because I think that would be hilarious to see how frustrated Vex and Keyleth would get after a while. I think Vex would blow a gasket pretty quickly.
True. What did you think of Fade to Feathers?
I thought that was brilliant. I mean, they're the ones that have been in the longest relationship, yet it seems like they've had the least amount of progress or intimacy at all.
I would say Vex is very much, hey, I'm naked now.
Yeah.
Or I'm in the tub with you now.
Yeah,
Whereas
exactly.
Vax is very shy about it. Like,
Exactly.
oh, we just spent the night together.
Yeah.
Cut to this, cut to that.
Yeah, I just thought it was brilliant that it was it was just like, so remember about the feathers? We have an hour, and fade to feathers.
You think he was going for a metaphor there? Of his feathers popping out? I have an hour.
It probably is more than just one.
61-minute man.
But I think that one was, and who knows, that might have been the last time.
Trinket dealing with water was actually pretty hilarious. Matt just makes you love Trinket every time, and it's been great because we haven't got a lot of Trinket lately. And so to see him just kind of like, water's weird, what's going on? What's a whale?
We might have to turn you into a whale. What? What's that? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Although I will say MVP goes to the shark.
Yes.
And he was, for all the trouble of figuring out what to conjure, it
did the most work I think
did the most work. I was calling that moment, what was it, water shape instead of Watergate. It's just the frustration level.
Matt got so frustrated with all the, what are you turning into? What are you turning into? What are you summoning? What are you turning
Keelan
into?
has a bad habit of delaying game like crazy.
Yeah.
Like if this was football, there'd be flags flying like crazy.
I mean, granted, I'd go, okay, 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, you pass. Moving on.
I would give people at least 12 seconds, but yeah. Definitely got to put them on the clock, especially with how many players there are. You have plenty of time to figure out
what you're going to do.
Well, maybe not exactly what you're going to do because things change, but at least your core of what you're going to do. Like if you were planning to change shape, know what you're going to change. Again, I understand circumstances change.
Yes,
but it's
especially
like,
with a legendary creature. Like having legendary actions really messes up turn, like what you're planning on a turn.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, so I'm just going to go and do this one thing, and that legendary action made it so the thing I was going to do is no longer valid because someone's got grappled or I got grappled, and now I can't do anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
all the more reason to kind of know your party and have at least a backup plan. Or
this is Vox Machina we're talking about. Do they ever have a backup plan besides kill it?
No, they don't. But, well, they weren't allowed to kill it.
Exactly. So they can't even use their backup plan.
But I couldn't tell if it was Keelan that was just like, don't kill it, or if Marisha was like, dude, we got it. We can't kill this thing. Stop it.
Both?
Both?
I think more those Marisha. I think it was more just like, oh god, I'm knocked unconscious.
I feel like there was a few whispers to Percy's like, we need to stop doing this. Yeah. The Wanderer Shark, you're not going to be happy with me. I'm tired of the internet getting mad at me because people won't do my thing.
Yeah, I think the funniest part to me is still so Terry's the one who set off the Kraken.
Yeah.
And yet he is, I think, one of the only people who didn't get knocked unconscious.
Well, he got knocked out at the end, actually.
Yeah, at the very end.
Yeah.
And that was hilarious. That was one of the better parts. But no, I just think with Terry, it's kind of interesting to see all the little gadgets he has. Like the patches was kind of like.
I really need to read this Artificer or
Artifactor.
Artifactor, yeah. It sounds really cool.
It's different.
Like if you just like gadgets, it sounds like a really cool class.
So it's a magical gadget.
It's in Unearthed Arcana or in.
I'm not sure.
I forgot which one he said. I think I have which one it's in.
I think it's Unearthed. Because that's the one that's been coming out more and more recently.
Okay.
So that has all the new archetypes and stuff. So that probably would be my guess, at least.
Oh, I'm sorry. Water Shape was the electric eel thing.
Yes.
That debate. That was. Oh, I know that feel as a DM of just what do you want to do?
Exactly. Yeah.
Tell me.
What do you want? You want to be small? Go with the eel. You want to be big? Go with the whale. You want to be nothing? Or you want to be sharks? Fine. Just pick something.
Right.
It won't matter for long. Just remember that. I mean, I think that was the biggest thing is they turned into whales, there was a bunch of HP that now the Kraken has to get through. And the Kraken didn't do a shit ton of HP unless it ate you.
It was averaging almost 20 every time it grabbed you.
Yeah.
And shocked you.
Well, shock, and to me, shocked is it's hitting 3 or 4 people at a time. So, 80 damage, 60 to 80 damage a hit. But then, half the party had resistance or evasion.
Well, yeah, for the most part.
I can't believe how many times people kept getting knocked out. It was just, I'm like, really? You're getting knocked out again. Keyleth, why don't you go, water shape, or, water elemental?
Right? This is the second time she's forgotten that she has wild shape?
I'm just kind of like, that gives you...
Or, yeah, she didn't even use any of her elemental forms.
Yeah. Air elemental, not really useful. Fire elemental, wrong place. Earth elemental, you just sink to the bottom. You really can't.
I think air would have been interesting. You probably would have been making whirlpools the whole time.
That, and you can swirl around someone.
Yeah.
But,
although that wouldn't have done jack to the Kraken, as we found out that it has freedom of movement.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I love that Grog was the first one that got eaten, because I called that. I fucking called it. I wish I had money on that. But I totally knew he was going to be the first one to get eaten.
Yeah.
The way Matt describes it always makes me want to look up these creatures' digestive tract. It's like every time somebody seems to be inside a beast, it's always squished by... It's like, give us that in the stomach moment, trying to... Like what we see in the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 trailer, but Drax just on his way out.
Well, at the same time, it's a Kraken, so yeah, outside's all hard, but the inside's all squished together, as small as can be.
But like I said, it just makes me want to look up how their digestion actually works.
I need this for DM material. I now have to look up every single creature's digestive tract. Damn it.
Majority.
Like
literally, you could make that a mini adventure of having to find your way out of the Kraken or whatever.
Find your way out of the crack of the Kraken.
You must make your way to the small intestine if you truly want to live.
Don't touch that sack, it has the ink in it.
Yeah, I wish that... I believe the ink... How long does that usually should last? I feel like that should disperse on its own.
It's about a minute.
Okay.
It's like 30 seconds to a minute. My guess is a minute, because it tends to be 10 rounds.
Okay.
Though the one thing Matt hasn't been keeping track of, and something that went on a lot longer than 10 rounds. Grog should have lost rage after 10 rounds. Should have had to reactivate it.
Did they make it that long? Oh, I guess a 2.5 hour fight? 3, maybe?
Almost 3.
Yeah.
To me, that went well over 10 rounds. Well over 10 rounds. Because it took them like 3 or 4 rounds, or it took them 3 rounds to get off one tentacle. And then they were starting to do one every turn or every other turn. And by the end, they cut off all 10. But every other turn or one every turn was 10 turns.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of stuff should have gone away.
I wish they would have figured that it could have regenerated, because they just focused on those tentacles. It probably would have been a much shorter fight.
I don't think so.
No?
I think Matt had something else planned. Again, I was expecting either quick regeneration, like all of a sudden, like, okay, it used all 3 of its legendary actions to regenerate all its tentacles immediately. Or to do some other thing like suck up all the water in the area, basically make a giant vacuum so everything would go into it.
I was kind of curious why, like when Keyleth got eaten and she fireballs them out. I kind of wanted to see what Grog was going to do with that oil.
Yeah.
But when they get fireball, like even as an ancient beast, if you're only there for food, there's got to be easier prey out in the ocean than these guys. So, I mean, like, when somebody blows up your insides, I kind of might have skedaddled.
At the same time, it might have just kind of been a burp to it.
True.
It's kind of like, a little indigestion. Oh, man, that food's not going down easily. Like, that, to me, that's just what it is. It's like, no, okay, come on now. I put in this energy already. Let me just finish this. Let me just eat you all. I still love the the whole Terry part of Grog gets eaten, Keyleth gets eaten, and he asks, this is normal, right? This is okay? Everything's fine? Ah! Ah! Oh my god! I think that was a brilliant, like, you don't get to see that very often.
You guys are veterans, right? This happens all the time.
I wonder what would happen if Dodie was there.
I don't know much of what would have changed. Maybe Dodie could have gotten...
Dodie would have probably gotten eaten.
Well, gotten the lodestones while they were distracting it, because they were all on the ground. I'm curious how far it could jump underwater. That was the other thing. They didn't seem like they were using their 3 dimensions much.
Because you're not used to using that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the biggest thing. I mean, it's different.
I'm sure Matt appreciates it.
Oh, yeah. He's kind of like, okay, up, down. Okay, come on, guys. Come on. Really? Like, you going up 5 feet ain't going to change anything. These tentacles are friggin' 30 feet.
Right? Oh, my God.
That was hilarious how they're like, okay, we need something that can move 40 feet. That way we can actually move out of its range. Oh, wait, it also can move. Shit, didn't think of that.
So Vax gets eaten and he goes down.
Yep.
Everyone's freaking out.
Yep.
We were all freaking out.
I was in that.
Luckily they get him out, get him back up.
Well, they didn't get him back up.
That time they did. Then he gets hit again, goes back under.
No. When he came out, he then failed that last save, and then that was it. He only got knocked unconscious once.
I could have sworn it was twice. Okay.
Because he got eaten, and the moment he got eaten, he got knocked unconscious. That was the first time he got knocked unconscious in that fight.
I thought they got him out of that first.
He got ejected out because of Grog.
Okay.
Because remember, Grog drank the Greater Healing Potion instead of trying to
That's
find
right.
Vax
Should have. Well, granted, he ended up needing it.
Yes.
Thank God, because that seemed so stupid at the time.
It did. It seemed like, okay, that's not good. That's like, you're using the last healing potion you have? Are you sure you want to do that? Okay. Yeah, but by the end of the fight, he ended up getting a regular healing potion somewhere. Because that's the last thing he took. He took a regular healing potion, which was 2d4 plus 2, healed 9, and his final HP at the end of the fight was 8.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are like, why the hell are you taking a regular healing potion? That's not going to do anything. That's not going to do anything. 1 HP matters, people.
Face.
1 HP is all it takes for you to be the difference. Keyleth would have been alive by 1 HP. She had the exact amount of HP when she got knocked unconscious the last time.
He could have used his resilience, or the thing that lets him recover when he gets knocked unconscious, back to 1 HP instead of taking the potion. I just realized that.
Yeah.
So he could have helped save Vax. Unfortunately, Vax goes down permanently. Keyleth freaks out and ports them out, which was cool. I was a little shocked they didn't go to Amon, like go straight to Pike. Or...
At the moment, it's also kind of like right in your head of get out, and out's right there. And so I want the closest place to my friends that I can still maybe attempt to help after I recover them.
Well, I assume after this fight, she's spell tapped. So
yes.
now she's got to wait even longer to get them to Pike or whoever is going to try to revive them. This is Vax's first revive?
First time
Okay,
ever.
so I don't think we have to freak out too much. He should make it just fine, hopefully. Not trying to jinx him, not trying to...
So here's the point I have. Who is this god? Who is this patron god?
The Raven Queen. Yeah.
Does the Raven Queen want her champion to be dead?
That's very true.
His goal is to make sure everyone passes through as they should. That's what he's supposed to do.
Although that theory of there could be a ton of champions out there.
There could be.
Who are just boasting, I'm the Raven Queen.
There could be, but from the lore that Matt's kind of shared about it, there's only ever one. And that's it. That's
Okay.
Raven Queen's champion. Now, she has priests and followers, and they all believe that, no, you shouldn't be revived. You lived your life, that's it, you're done. You know, it's hard stop. But in her mind, it might end up being that.
Oh, actually, that could work out well for kids. Well, I was like, what if his atonement or his payment to her is that, like, he keeps going? Like, he doesn't ever get to rest. And it's like, that works out great because Keyleth was worried with her immortality.
I don't think so. I think he has a definite end. He has a fate line, like everyone else. But his fate line, the Raven Queen does know.
But what if it's like more like the Chosen One, where your time's not up until the new Chosen One appears?
Like your Grim Reaper?
Like she keeps you healthy until a new champion arises.
Here's my prediction of what's gonna happen. He's gonna be allowed to come back on one condition. He's not allowed to let anyone else in his party be revived again. That is a stipulation. Or he's not allowed to help bring them back. If he does so...
Even that's because he's participated in a lot of them.
In almost every single one.
Yeah.
Except for the last one.
Because everyone else is terrified to do it. He's like, it's just a fucking game. Roll the dice. Yeah. What happens, happens.
It's a game!
It's a game!
It's a game, people! I love that.
Pissing off the Kraken and revealing his true nature.
I think that was Matt just going, okay, so you guys actually heard it a little bit. Like now you've gone through maybe.
See, with how giddy was, I think he was waiting for that. He's like, all right, you've hit the line now.
Yeah, exactly.
Now shit gets real.
Yep. And yet we never know what would happen.
Because like Travis's face was like, oh well, that's what I do.
Exactly. To me, it was like, yeah. So you just told Travis this. You just told Grog. Grog didn't give a fuck. No, Grog did.
He was like, oh shit. Well, now I kind of have permission to kill it.
It said it was us as,
yep.
Now, here's something that it said that bothers me a little bit. When it talked again, it said, I will find a way through. That was a line it gave.
So they've basically made another archenemy that's going to come back to haunt them.
I think this Kraken has been trying to get back into their plane, because they're in the water. Weren't they in the water plane?
Well, yeah.
So it's trying to get over to their plane.
Yeah, I think it's going to pull a Thordak and try to break the breach.
And take all of its buddies with it. Remember, it's one of many.
That's very... Well, if it's one of many, then kill it. Let them collect the others' poop.
It might be the only one they know its whereabouts. The other
one's only Kraken?
Or it might be the eldest.
Another great moment that I liked back when they were all tangled up was Vex tells the shark to bite a tentacle, realizes it's Terry, and goes, oh, let's go over that way. There it is. Yep. Hello, shark friend! Come back!
And then later, hi, shark friend! Thanks for the help!
And then Grog leaves him behind.
Yeah.
His face of, nope, I'm out.
Yeah. At the same time, and that is probably what Grog would do. You just kind of like, you still don't know my name. Yeah, fuck you. You're not even awake. You won't even know I'm leaving.
I feel like in the last episode they kind of had a bro fight moment.
Kind of. But then, Percy turning around going,
I think it was more...
Lodestone, go.
I feel like it was more Travis than Grog, because like Tyrion's been selfish the entire fight, healing only himself.
Exactly.
So I feel like that was kind of his way of getting back. But yeah, Percy casting friend on Grog, I couldn't believe. Like, I feel like he should have tried to tell Grog, no, go get Tyrion, and then when he refused, do it. Not just automatically, okay, I'm casting this on my friend.
Well, I think, because at the same point, they didn't have the time.
Not to mention, this would have been perfect payback for Percy on, Sam for throwing his gun in the acid.
That would be throwing the helmet away.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, Vex would kill him.
Oh, but then again, they're bros now.
Yeah.
They're science bros.
No, it's
Gotta get his Tinker Buddy back.
I still love the knit. Throw the nitwit back through, and Krakk kind of be like, "I'm the nitwit. Like, you want me to come through? Sure. That's what I was doing. Why do you have to?"
Tinker Bro. Oh my god, and he's blonde. I want to see fan art of Tinker Bro as Tinkerbell.
Oh shit.
That would be hilarious.
Oh god.
I must see this.
Fit.
Make it happen, guys. Make it happen.
Percy being Peter Pan. Victor being Captain Hook.
I'm on board.
And then Vex would be Wendy. There you go.
Make it happen.
So, I think next episode, hopefully Ashley is back.
Oh, yeah, they finished a few weeks ago.
Over. If not, I know she's probably doing some touring or something.
Yeah, usually about now she can at least check in by video.
So I think maybe next week she might be able to.
I was like, we haven't even got to hear her thoughts on Scanlon leaving yet.
Yeah.
I was like, make it happen. Leave her alone, Blind Spot.
Mm.
Goddamn.
Oh, career is always getting in the way.
Any negative moments stand out to you?
I think
aside from the 10-round thing.
That's the halving of damages that just kept going. Oh yeah, let's go half low end on this one, half high end on this one.
Inconsistency, yeah.
And it was just kind of like, okay, well you can make it half high on everything or half low on everything. You just need to keep it straight. Because it seemed like for the Kraken it got halved low and for everyone else it was halved high.
Mm.
And it's just kind of like, okay, well, that's a little... it's like 1 HP here and there, but 1 HP, again, this episode proved 1 HP is the difference between life and death. Multiple times over.
They were scrambling the crap out of his brain, though.
Yes.
I think he also said it'd been a rough week.
Yeah.
So.
He's a busy guy.
I think we all know what it's like to DM when you're not really feeling it.
Yeah, definitely. But you still gotta press on. I think besides that, I can't really think of any other moment. I think Vex forgetting to do Hunter's Mark again the entire fight.
Well, I think that's because they weren't really trying to damage it.
Yeah. But still, moving it from tentacle to tentacle.
Although, yeah, when she's settled on Bramble Shot is when she should have said also Hunter's Mark. You know, when she flipped that switch, seeing Vax die, you're like, oh, it's murder time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love how she prairie dog. She gets so perked up when it's like, oh fuck, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of times that it was just kind of like, okay, yeah, this is it. This is the point that it's going, I'm surprised not everyone got grappled at one point. To me, if everyone got grappled in one round, it's over. You're not getting out of that. At least not easily.
Yeah. So, predictions for the next episode?
I think if Vax comes back, it will be because of the Raven Queen and not because of a ritual spell or a revival spell.
That would be crazy if he just wakes up. They're freaking out about what to do and how to get to him on, and he just wakes up.
Yep. I
think that'd be crazy awesome.
But I think it's gonna come at a cost.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be it'll be either he's no longer able to help in any of the other revivals ever. Anyone else's revival ever. He's not allowed to help.
She's also been gone though. She hasn't been communicating with him.
Yeah, at the same time though, when was the last time he prayed?
It's been a few. I think he's done it twice since Scanlan's revival. Mm-hmm. At least once.
I thought you got a response from her then.
I feel like since she helped out with Scanlan's revival, she's been dead silent to him. And I think that worries him. I think that's why he was so worried.
Mm-hmm. And so it'll be that, or the other thing.
What if she's already picked another champion and he shows up?
Maybe.
That would be interesting.
I think, my thing is if he doesn't get if that's not the price he has to pay, I think it'll be Keyleth he has to give up. I think it'll become he's only allowed to be devoted to one thing.
Well, we've all kind of thought that. I think that's why he has trepidation about it.
Yeah.
'Cause he feels like he's gonna have to give up his love.
Well, he has to give up one thing, or he'll eventually have to choose between the two, because they'll eventually cross paths. Because if your theory is right, and he's to be the chosen one and lives until the next one gets chosen, and there, because here's the other thought: what happens if he kills the next one who's supposed to be chosen? Because Keyleth would keep being alive, and so if he kills them, he gets to keep being alive.
Yeah. I was curious, because this will probably happen in the next episode. They got the stones, so she's completed her Aramente? Which is...
Maybe.
I would say, because next is supposed to come the immortality. So, like, to me, if they're going off the Avatar type stuff, that's another stage in the process then. It doesn't just happen.
No, I think she has to go back to her people. I think it'll be her father who's the one who be... Because to me, it's the passing of a torch.
Okay.
Because none of the other leaders...
Well, I did say previously that I feel like they need to do the spiritual book if they're following the Avatar path.
Yeah. Well, to me, it's a torch passed on. Because the moment you give it up, immortality is not something... Because they're not immortal. They have an extended life period.
Well, from what... Oh, is it?
I believe it's an extended life period.
It's been so long since we talked about it. I could have sworn it was immortality. Maybe it's more like an elf, like a full elf life.
Yeah, well, no, it's even more than an elf life. An elf life is like 250 years.
Is that it?
Something like that. I think she'd live for 500. So, something like that. So to me, that's not immortality. That's pretty damn close for the world. I mean, if you can live for 500 years, like a month is less than a second to you. But to me, that's something that has to be passed on. So from the leader to the now leader, because that's what she's become. When she's completed it, she's now going to be the leader of the Arashari. So with her being part of the, taking up the mantle of the Arashari, her father's no longer the leader. No longer has the extended life period. So now, and at that point, he ages like normal, would be my guess. My guess is the moment you take it on, you might stop aging. You might keep going, but it's at like a very slower rate.
Okay.
So my question is now, how old is the Water Ashari's leader? She's already really old.
That's true.
That would have been that to me. That's one of my questions. How old are you? Like really? Like when did you become the leader? Because if you became the leader, like when you were 30, 20.
There wasn't an Ashari in the fire, was there?
There was a leader in the fire.
Well, like her dad, a leader, but there wasn't an Ashari like they have at the Water Tribe.
Like the leader? They met with him. That was I can't remember his name.
Well, yeah, I thought the Ashari people were all women.
No. Ashari can be male or female. They're not their own race, they're their own elvish people.
Well, I thought women were the only ones who took the Aramente.
And how does their father one?
I don't think he is.
Okay.
That's why the mom went on the journey.
Mm.
And that's why he sent her. Because only women, it's a rite of passage for women. Like, it's a monarchy system.
Patriarchy.
Patriarch, sorry. I had it right last week. Fortunately, we lost that video. And technical issues.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. That might be the case, but if that is, I mean, the other question now becomes, what happened to her mother?
I was saying we didn't get to find out anything about the mom. I was so disappointed. That was my big pet peeve. Is we got so wrapped up with the Kraken right away that I was just like,
I think that's coming next. I think when they get back, that's when they find out what happened. Because her mother got to them and failed it.
Yeah.
Didn't say she died. Just that
all they found was her leg.
Yeah.
And other bit. I don't know. Like the way Matt phrases it, sometimes it sounds ominous or like that she's totally dead. And sometimes it sounds like she might have survived.
Ripley lost an arm. I mean, Victor's lost a hand.
Well, fingers.
No, he lost his entire hand.
Did he?
That's why Percy had to go and build him.
That's right. I forgot about that.
So yeah, no, like, people have been dislimbed in here and lived. I mean, they also have healing magic. I'm pretty sure her mom knows healing magic. Or at least I would hope so. So.
Nothing that strong, though, I don't think, if she was that dead.
Just to stop the wound from bleeding out.
That's true.
That's all you would have to do. Yeah, you wouldn't have a new leg unless you get greater restoration.
Well, the whole care situation made it seem like that kind of magic was very rare.
Yeah. Doesn't mean impossible.
Which means there's probably going to be a Church of Pike at some point. Because she has more power than most clerics, apparently.
Well, I mean, I still love the idea of, okay, you lost a leg. It's fine. Let's petrify you. Petrify your leg. Put them together. Mend it. And then restore you.
Mend?
Hey, to me, perfectly valuable. You get to mend an object. The moment you're petrified,
pretty sure
you're an object.
Oh, okay. That's DM discretion.
I mean, are you not? Are you not a statue?
In my game, no, you are not.
So what are you?
You're still a person, you're just frozen.
Status effect of being turned to stone. Literally, the description of petrification is turned to stone.
No. Not petrification.
Being petrified by like a basilisk.
Yeah, that's being turned to stone. The status effect petrification is not that. Book's right there.
Afterwards, we'll look it up. So what do you think? What do you think is going to happen in the next one?
Hopefully not too much time spent on reviving Vax. Like I said, I would like it to be that instant thing. I'm curious how Doty's going to react to seeing Tyrion down. I'm curious how many seagulls he's drawn by now. I'm hoping for a good hour of interaction with Grog and Percy about the whole friend thing. Because I love when Grog freaks out.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he pulls a card just to
fuck with them.
Just fuck with them.
Don't give a shit. Don't tell me what to do.
Although, granted, he doesn't know that they're good or bad, but Travis might just do it just because.
Yeah.
He knows. I would like there to be a twist with the Water Ashari. I was kind of... Like, just because this Aramente seems so simple, aside from the Kraken part. Like, just go get these stones and come back. Like, we have guys that do this, and yet this is supposed to be some big deal. Like, granted, if the Aramente is more about learning what each tribe goes through on a daily basis, protecting the rift, then okay. But it just felt very simple to be this challenge, I guess, of...
Well, I mean, if you remember, I don't know if you remember what she had to do for the Fire Ashari, in which she fought the 3 fire elementals with the party.
Yeah.
And then doused 2 of them.
Yeah.
And so to me that's, they had the easy way of that fight because of her. Besides her, they would not have won that fight. And this fight, it's a lot harder to go get things.
I guess because of her love of Avatar and this being based solely on that, or loosely on that it felt like it should be more of a spiritual journey than always being some type of physical conflict.
I understand. I agree with that. I felt like this one should have been more of, okay, so the Water Ashari kind of, life is birthed here. Like, life is water. Water is life. Yeah. Now, what life have you taken?
Like, I don't feel like anything was learned by these journeys.
Don't fuck with the Kraken.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that part I'm looking for will be on the next part where she gets her extended life.
I doubt it. I'm sorry. The group itself is not one for looking back on their actions. I think having an episode like I
would say Vax is very good at carrying his guilt.
But that's just because of who the character himself is. He carries everything with him. But I think having an episode where they all...
I'm really curious if he dies permanently, if he does become Kainin. Because he joked about it previously.
Yeah.
I think that would be kind of cool. It gives them someone they already trust to join the party.
Yeah. Then again, you have to wonder though if that'd be okay.
But yeah, I don't know what I really want overall for the next episode.
So, really quickly, just before we cut out, I think Tyrion is still someone who planned to meet him with Vox Machina, or do you think he just kind of randomly joined? After this one.
I want to say he planned it because it gives a great storyline, but because I know that Matt just said, "Hey, you're going tonight. You know, we're dropping this new character on them now."
Yeah.
That it might not be as like it might have been spontaneous because it needed to be spontaneous.
So I don't know if you've seen the little bit of the video of how he snuck Terry's paper into his book. Because it was actually in his bag. And he went in and he just went into his book while people were talking about something else.
Wait, what?
Sam reached into his bag, took out Terry's paper and put it in the book. Matt didn't give it to him. It was just already there.
His character? Mm-hmm. No, he had it ready.
Yeah, I know,
but during the break, Matt had said to him, "Hey, we're dropping it tonight," because he wasn't supposed to show up for a while. But Matt realized that this was the only logical time that they would meet a new adventurer.
Yeah.
When they had decided to go drop off Ripley's arm, so he's the one that dropped Tyrion on them at that moment.
But at the same time, I feel it's planned.
Well, no, he had his character plan.
No. I feel like him showing up and meeting Vox Machina was planned.
Oh, overall in his backstory?
Very much so.
I definitely think so. Either that, or he really is just an adventurer.
Or a wannabe adventurer.
His mob dad is gonna find out what he's doing, or they're gonna somehow get involved in his affairs that way. And I don't know. I look forward to seeing what comes of Tyrion.
I think that will be the next adventure, though. Once the Armente's done, who's left?
That's true.
Pike.
Well, if Pike's is going to be back around, we could do hers, or she might just finally be stunned and be like, "We're going after Scam. We're going to fucking squash this." Because, like, they've joked they want to see Sam have to juggle both Scanlan and Tyrion.
That would be great.
And join Matt in the psychosis.
Can you imagine having everyone do that?
Play two characters at once? Could be a fun game night.
I think that would be. I think it would be.
That'd be a good Critical Trolls 3.
Yeah.
Was having them all play multiple characters. Or DM Popcorn.
I still like that idea. I still like not only like DM Popcorn. It might only be between 3, so it might be Matt, Allison.
Well, I would throw it on Travis just because he keeps jumping behind Matt's screen. It's
like,
now you're DM.
Yeah, one time Matt just stands up and goes, "Here.
Yep.
Go."
Popcorn Travis. Ah! Watch him freak out. You guys were immediately attacked by giant dragons. Or
I think it would be.
I think Travis DMing would be a total TPK.
I
don't know balance, guys!
The easiest thing I would do is just, so now you see a horde of goblins coming after you.
Fireball. They're all dead.
Nope, that was just like a 10th. Oh look, and that more coming from the opposite direction. Wonderful.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to next week. It'll be interesting what they end up doing with Vax. I think it'll be interesting. It's just I'm thinking of them putting him in the bag of holding. And then bamfing to Pike with the stone.
When they throw bodies in the bag of holding. That cracks me up so much. Anyway, guys, that'll do us for this week's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yep.
Let us know in the comments below what you liked, what you thought of this week's episode, what your theories are, who's your favorite, and whatever else you want. You can always tweet at us. on all our social medias. All that will be in the doobly-doo below. Thank you, Matt Colville, for that. I love it. I've been Kenneth Cattegat. This has been my guest, Justin Firewolf. And tune in next Tuesday at 5:30, just before Talks Machina. Or catch the rebroadcast on YouTube. Roll on.